Welcome to Tales of Nowhere, a tabletop RPG podcast. I'm Spencer and I play Isaac.
I'm Kelsey and I play Kieran.
I'm Alex and I play Chuck the Midnight Hondo.
I'm Eric and I play Thane Diedrich.
And last but not least, the most important member of our group, the psychedelically personable keeper, Joshua.
Yay!
Thanks, everybody.
And we're going to hand it off to him and get started with the Tales of Nowhere podcast. Yeah.
Crap was that?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Previously on Tales of Nowhere.
Thane got his ass kicked by a tentacle monster.
It was his turn.
It was so perfect.
It's terrible.
All right.
We're not done yet.
That wasn't it.
I'm trying to think of what else happened.
Okay.
I got kidnapped, tied up, and met Galeanne West and broke a bunch of records and jumped out a window.
It was better. It was better than that sounds. But yep.
I just love the picture, like mental image of Thane breaking out of a window with like a giant black box under one arm and like some skinny woman under the other. And he just starts running.
I went to dinner with dear old mom.
And my son Isaac has an undescended testicle.
We found a secret entrance to a special library.
We found out that Alice is really bad at returning her books.
Oh, yeah. She's got so many late
Alice.
fees. I sucked at librarying.
But you know who was good?
The mobster.
Mac.
Mac the mobster. We met Dr. Henry Armitage.
And they found out they needed to go to a cabin to find the person that has the books about the knife that we found at the Rum Runners Desecration Sea.
Ooh, that was so difficult to get through.
Yeah, it really
That
was.
was good. It was good.
Yeah.
Hondo and Kieran and Mac ran into Isaac and his mom on their date.
And we were finally reunited. And then to the museum where we smash and grab the artifact that we were supposed to find for Copernicus.
I finally got to use Black Betty.
And you went to jail.
And I went to jail.
But we got out with the artifacts and my mom, I guess. And now we're headed to somewhere. Got to try to find Thane.
All right, so I'm going to assume you guys meet up somewhere. Somewhere.
Well, are we?
Are we?
You're still missing an infinity ring, so you could communicate with each other at the risk of someone else hearing.
Right, so not gonna. Where do you think we should go now? We gotta go somewhere Thane's gonna meet us.
We could head back to your apartment, I guess, but I don't want to stay there for too long. If we've got to, we got to get the show on the road.
Let's go back, wait for a bit. If he doesn't show up, we'll leave a note.
Always leave a note about where you're going, so there's the police come knocking at your door.
Call twice.
Isaac, you explain to me what's going on right now.
Oh, shit.
You robbed a museum.
Well, I can't hear you, Mom. The top's down in the car. We're going pretty fast here. We'll talk later.
Don't you
hear
do
her?
this to me.
Hondo plugs his ear. At the risk of his stability, but he does it because she's right here screaming.
It is here.
Yeah.
Why won't anybody explain to me what's going on?
We will. Just hang on.
Does anyone have a sleep spell?
Wow. So you guys are heading to Hondo's.
Let's find out Eric's rationalization.
So
My rationalization, that's a hard word, is I know one place in this world, and it's Hondo's, so that's where I'm going.
do you remember how to get to Hondo's?
Yeah, I have a photographic memory.
Really?
no.
Probably.
So you all head to Hondo's house. And I'm going to say you probably arrive. Okay, you guys probably would have maybe arrived first.
Well, he lives close enough that he tends to walk
We walk
to
to-
the...
so
we would
Oh,
get the,
that's right.
But we really can't stay there for very long.
So you guys go back to Hondo's. What are you doing there?
Waiting.
We're doing that whole, like, everyone's pacing. People are, your mom's sitting, talking to you probably.
She
I'm looking
is
out the window, seeing if there's
freaking
anyone coming.
out. Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Thane bursts in with some random girl and
Why
a big
wouldn't you
black
knock on the
box.
door?
right?
Yeah, it through the door.
Oh, okay.
So Thane arrives, and he's bleeding a little bit from the head. He looks like he's actually been beat up a little bit, and he's got a girl with him that you guys might recognize. I don't remember. Did you guys see her at the insane asylum?
I don't know. She'd been taken away.
Oh,
at
that's
that point.
right. So you guys don't recognize her, but
Well,
Kieran
Kieran.
would.
I do.
And he's got a black box and stuff. So
This is my box. It's called Betty.
Black box Betty.
bam, bam.
You made it. What happened? Did you get the ring?
No. Nope.
Who's this girl? You went for the ring. What did you bring us?
She immediately like runs over to Kieran and like kind of hides halfway behind her.
Just like Bubda.
Holds onto her leg.
No,
She's like a
doesn't hold
child
on to
wrapped around your leg.
And she doesn't
Going
really
on
like
here.
hug her. She just like stands behind her. She's more like hugging herself,
Like, okay. Cowering, if you will.
cowering. Yes.
Do you know each other? Do you know Gail? Kieran, what's going on? Who is this?
I met her in the insane asylum. She was drawing pictures, and she drew Kieran as... I mean, she drew me as I am where I come from.
Where you come from? What do you mean?
Well,
So-
you remember the spandex?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
that.
like originally before you.
Yeah. So,
Hey.
and she was drawing monsters too, and she said that I was protecting her. So.
Hey, Barbara.
Hey, Mom, we should have a conversation.
She's on the couch. Yeah, Barbara's kind of on the couch just looking among all of you.
And you're like, there's monsters
for
where I'm
once-
originally from.
Yeah.
For once in her life,
I'm kind
her
of-
words does fail her. She doesn't have anything to say. She has definitely gotten into your liquor cabinet. I'm assuming you have something.
Yeah, I have schnapps. Peach schnapps.
Peach schnapps.
Yeah.
Was that a thing in the 20s?
That's a thing for librarians. All librarians like peach schnapps. Come on,
Oh,
guys.
it's a librarian thing.
Yeah.
Peach
Everyone
schnapps.
knows that.
You had a drink before, right? Whiskey.
Whiskey. It was definitely whiskey, and it would be whiskey. I'm still Southern here, probably.
There you go. That's
Virginia.
true. No,
Yeah.
you are. Yeah. All right. So she finds your whiskey. Actually, and Gail Leanne like kind of pokes you a little bit, Kieran, like tries to get your attention, but without words.
Okay, and I look over and probably down.
Oh
at her.
yeah, yeah. She's not, and she hands you like a folded up piece of paper that she fished out of her pocket.
Okay. I unfold it.
Okay, it's actually like a pen drawing, just like an ink drawing of Thane with like elf ears.
Oh man.
Yeah, and she's like, "This is why I knew that I needed to help him."
Wow, she's a good artist. She drew you well. I look over at you. At Thane.
What? I run over there.
I pass the paper over to you. Look, she got your knife ears and everything.
I peek over his shoulder. to see
Seems
it.
like a racist term.
Well, it is in Dragon Age, I think.
Yeah, well, in Shadowrun, a racist term for an elf is actually dandelion eater.
Oh, at least I
At
didn't
least she
say
didn't
that.
call you that.
Yeah.
That sounds offensive.
Yeah, she wouldn't know that, right?
Wait,
No.
why is she drawing pictures of Thane?
How does she know who we are?
Well, she said she saw him in her dreams, didn't you? And I looked down at Gail. Have you seen anybody else that's here? Have you seen any of them in
And
your
you
dreams?
were there, and you were there.
And she kind of looks around at the rest of you, and she does like a really quick shake of the head, no, and looks really like shy because she realizes you're all looking at her as well.
It's a bit of a blow to my ego.
I mean, she drew the cool ones, so I
Yeah.
think that's fine.
You got it. She got all she needed to. Yeah.
Barbara returns to the kitchen. She's like, "I'm gonna need more. This guy's out of whiskey."
All right, I'll ask the neighbors. I go ask the neighbors if they have some alcohol I can buy.
So Kieran's looking at you, and you're like looking at the picture or whatever you're doing, like not paying attention. And she's like, "You're really beat up, aren't you?"
Yeah. I got my ass kicked. There's some weird shit going on here, guys.
And she comes over and gives you a big old kiss on the cheek.
What the hell?
She's like, "Do you feel better?"
Oh,
Do I feel better?
No, you don't.
I'm
feel
sad
anything.
Hondo missed that.
We had to wait till you were out of the room.
Oh,
so it
she
would be
waited. That
awkward.
was
Oh, there you
strategic.
go. Yeah.
She
Smart.
specifically waited
And
for you to be
was
out of the
not-
room.
It was not sweet. It was like she grabbed his head and just like smashed her lips up against the side of his
I
head.
see it and I'm just like, so everybody, huh?
Right? Barbara's like, "What is going on here? I thought she was with the librarian."
I'm not with anybody.
You just kissed him. Oh, you're one of those ladies.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. You just gave me the finger like you were about to. Like, hold my earrings.
Hold on.
So she just was like, you don't feel any better at all. I hate this world.
Not really, no.
Hey, Mom, let's go have a talk. And then I take her
And
into
I
another
start
room.
rifling through the cabinets to try to find like a first aid sort of
Okay, yeah.
kit.
Thane has no idea what the hell just happened. He's just
You
completely
don't
lost.
know-
You
Sure
don't know
did
that
not
she
explain.
cures by kissing.
No,
We
because
don't
only
know
you saw it,
that.
right?
Yeah.
I
I
saw
think-
it, but I didn't understand the
And
context.
Riley saw it as
Yeah.
well.
So, what was that all about?
Don't read into it. Just sit down.
Thane sits down.
Gail is actually wide-eyed. But she's still standing in the corner huddled to herself, and she just is like kind of nervously biting at her fingernails while she just watches what the crap you guys are doing very silently.
And
So-
I'm just gonna be like, so you know when you caressed the chest of that enemy and nothing happened?
Don't remind me, but yes.
My old powers included magical healing kisses.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm embarrassed by it too.
awesome.
We don't. Anyways, I'm just going to help you out now. Apparently this version of me knows medicine, so we're just gonna take care of you. So healing, you do the healing check, and I don't think there's really any
Healing's like
opposition.
medicine, right? Medicine
Or
check.
medicine check is the one that I'm doing, and I got a 3.
Okay. So she medicined him. Go ahead and roll
I got a 4, so that is a 2.
2.
Okay, so you get 2 points of your healing.
2 points of health?
Yep.
So that makes you go from what, like 11 to
No, 5 to
No.
7.
5 to 7? Wait, 5?
Well, he
took
took
7
7
hit
hit points.
Yeah,
7
So
out
he
of
was at
12.
12 and he went
That's
down to-
right.
yeah.
Okay.
'cause he's got a major wound.
With a major wound, you only get to heal. You don't get to heal a hit point a day like you do with a minor wound. You have to wait till the end of a week passes in game, and then you get to roll to see if you can heal 1d3 worth of damage. So it takes a long time to recover from a major wound. Since we are not playing for an entire week worth in game, and for story purposes, because we want it to be fun. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say that this is the end of a week, even though you haven't been healing for a week. I'm just going to say, like, I'm giving you the one chance to heal, like,
I
as
heal
if it had been a week worth of time.
No special infinity trigger aura still sticking around or
I
something?
know, right? I'm not, I was figuring, but I don't want you guys to rely like this is going to happen every time.
Right,
You know
sure.
what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
all right.
And the cool thing is because I succeeded on my medicine check, you get a bonus dice for this.
Sweet. So if I succeed, I no longer have a major wound.
And you
I
get to heal some.
some health.
Yes.
Some amount of health. Oh, that's a 10.
And
Oh, that's so much better than 100.
Oh, that worked so much better.
0,
0, 0, 10.
Awesome. So now you get to do 2d6s.
2d6?
Well, I mean, it's
2d3.
2d3, but you rolled it.
You roll
Yes.
d6s to get the d3, whatever.
So that's a 1 and a 6.
Awesome. So
It'd be
you
a
get
3, so that's
4
4.
points of HP added
That's
on.
not bad. You lost 7, right?
so wait, that means he doesn't have a major wound anymore. So we can
He no
first aid
longer
him.
has a major wound.
So can we first aid him?
No, you can
Oh, no,
only
it's
first
past
aid
the
within
time.
an hour of
Yeah.
the injury.
So
right.
cut him again, and then we can heal that for maybe more. Oh,
Deal.
It's only 1 health point. So
oh, okay. Never mind.
think we're okay.
Won't do any good.
Hondo comes back in and says, "Guys, it's the prohibition thing again." No one has alcohol. Remember the gin shit?
Oh my god.
what your neighbors must think of you now.
Why do I have whiskey?
We have to go. We have to leave.
You had illegal whiskey, and you went and asked the neighbors for more.
guys, I ran out of this whiskey.
They gave me a look, and I remembered.
What are you going to say to your mother, who is very confused right now?
My own mother back home taught me that honesty was the best policy. Oh. So I sit her down, and I say,
Touch your hand.
I touch her hand
It's nice.
with one finger in a really awkward
oh,
way.
that's uncomfortable now.
No.
That made it worse.
Yeah, no.
Whew. Okay, Mom. Listen, you're into you got more involved in this than I expected you to, and I feel I owe you an explanation. For some reason. So
Just take a deep breath, sweetie. You could tell me anything.
the good news is your son is not the criminal that you think he is. I'm not like Dad.
Okay.
The bad news is I'm not your son.
What? Wait, what? What do you mean you're not my son?
Technically, I'm not. And then I try as best as I can to explain about everything.
Copernicus?
I guess.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, you tell her the whole story?
Listen, I was from another world. I died. The guy brought me to this white place.
I'm not from here. I'm like I explain all that kind of stuff.
and she's gasping.
And she's not going to get it
yeah,
all.
she
grabbing
is
her
really.
chest.
Does she need to make a sanity
Yeah,
check?
she's actually going to make a sanity
Okay.
check. Oh my gosh! I just rolled a 2, y'all. First
That's
of all,
awesome, yeah.
I know. So, what I'm going to say is that on some subconscious level, she kind of knew that you're not really her son or something.
Okay.
Instead of being the reaction that you would have expected from a mom who's been this invasive
Yeah.
up to now.
Yeah.
She actually
Josh
is
is on fire.
Starts to feel like maybe she's getting. So you know how in Call of Cthulhu you get the bigger picture and sometimes it can make you more insane. Mm-hmm. So on this time it's more like she's getting the bigger picture and it's making more sense to her.
Okay, that's good.
But she's confused because she still has all of these motherly instincts towards you, and she remembers things like your first step and your first word and all this kind of stuff. So she really wants to latch on to this idea that she's your mom and you're her son, but she doesn't look like she's not fighting back saying you're ridiculous and you're stupid. It's more like, well, where do you go? Like she's like, well, so what are you saying? You're not going to be around anymore? You don't want to be my son?
I don't think has anything to do with it.
Ooh,
But no, you don't.
We're not around, right? It's just you and her in the bedroom.
yeah, it's just us two.
Yeah, you guys don't want to be on this.
I don't.
No, I don't want to be anywhere
Hondo
near
does not
this.
enjoy this drama.
The good news is, if I understand what's going on, you might not remember me at all in a few days.
Okay, wait a minute. What?
Oh, shit. Okay. All right.
Watch your language, young man.
No, that wasn't Isaac's voice.
Oh, okay.
I roll up my sleeve, press the text-to-speech button again on the device, hit the button, and say, Copernicus, my mom, she doesn't actually have a son in this universe, right? That was rewritten for the purposes of our mission, and when we go back, she's not going to remember a thing. And I just hold it up so that she can hear it.
Oh my
The
gosh.
reply?
When the reply plays back.
I love
Is that like
this.
who dis?
Yeah.
No, so he's like, okay, all the research that I have shows that she never has son. So you being there in the few days, she not remember anyway. But you are not her son, and she is not your mother.
That's
Heavy.
Your testicle was never in danger.
Or was it?
You
I
had
don't
no
know.
undescended testicle or any testicles.
yeah. There is no testicles involved at all.
Why don't you ask him about the hours of labor I was in? It's like pushing a watermelon through your nostril.
I didn't turn off the thing in time, so all that went through.
There it is. Who was that?
What do you mean? You mean to say?
Who dis?
Who did?
Spence looks at me like,
He's like, okay, first off, he's very rude to have me on speakerphone without letting me know. I have no idea. Second of all, I'm very sorry about your watermelon.
it's the nostril you should be worried about.
You're missing the point. I changed this man's diapers. I remember doing that. Like, he's false memory. I implant in the timeline.
Making any sense, Ma? I turn off the bracelet.
Finally. She's like, oh, you called me Ma. So, what she's saying is that I'm not going to remember you, and then I'm going to be all alone.
Okay.
Am I?
No, you'll have the mob.
My boss says you won't be able to remember me, but he's incredibly hard and analytical. You know, as well as anyone, the kind of emotions and depth that runs with being a mother. And I think that even when I'm gone, because that change is so significant to you, you'll remember me. You'll remember our time together forever. And, if nothing else, I'll remember you.
So you're trying to make her feel better by
Yes.
getting this?
Yeah.
Roll
That's
a
what I'm doing.
Charm.
Okay.
I bet you're good at that.
Hit me's right in the feelers.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Wasn't great. Hang on.
You could push it.
I'm gonna push it. Okay.
If you push it and you fail,
Again.
if you fail, then she's going to maybe resent it a bit more that you're trying to make her forget you or
Okay.
take it wrong, and she'll probably be
That's-
more upset.
no.
If you push it and succeed, you'll be fine. If you push it and you fail again, it's going to be even worse.
yeah. Let's push.
All right.
Let's push it.
Push it.
How does a 3 sound?
Was it a 3?
Wait, shit. No, it looked like a 00.
What was it
I
really?
failed. It was an 8.
You're using kind words with soft voice, and she actually starts like crying to herself a little bit softly as you're talking, and then you try to make her feel better, and you say your comments, and you move your hand to like hers, and she pulls away, and she suddenly stands up very angry, like she's still crying, but her face turns a little bit more angry, and she's like, "Why do you even care? You're not my son, right? Well, I'll make it very easy for you. I'm sorry I bothered you." And then she like storms out of the room. And she like storms out of the apartment, so you guys would see. I guess you guys might have heard her words,
scream, yeah.
because she said it. And then she sees you guys, and she's like, "I have no son." And then she leaves.
Sure.
Like storms out of the apartment.
Oh.
Why does every mom I have just get disappointed in me?
So I look at Kieran and say, well, that went well.
That was really, really sad.
I mean, emotionally, that was sad and all, but this is perfect, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's good stuff.
Now she's out of the way.
Now she's out of the way.
GTFO.
Unless that means
And
now
all
she's
it
going to the
cost
police.
you was breaking her heart.
Did we ever? I'm sorry. Did we ever land on what is actually happening then?
With what?
So she won't remember him.
She will.
She will.
Yeah.
If we can't be erased, because then everything we did would have been erased, which
Like
means
your
we-
lives,
point.
your lives up
some
to this
things
point.
have to stay.
Yeah.
So you guys were artificially inserted into this timeline, but now that you are inserted into the timeline, like it's part of the timeline now.
We
You
just edit it.
added-
We just snip it
He
and put our pieces.
edited it to put you guys in there.
okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Rylatar remembers you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The whole the whole kingdom.
The king will remember you. Yeah.
So I come back out and I'm pretty unfazed by the whole thing. Mm-hmm. I was trying to make her feel better. I understand. I totally get that she's not my mother and that my existence in this place is due to one person and one person only.
Jesus.
Like I have no obligation to her whatsoever. I was just trying to do the right thing and she didn't take it. She didn't take the bait, so to speak. So
Isaac's cold.
He's
I
calculated.
I'm guessing. I mean, like, I'm not gonna. We have a mission to accomplish. I'm not gonna run after some woman that like I have to go. away
No,
from
Mom,
like-
don't pretend for a bit.
So does she have a? Does Hondo have a stationary set somewhere in his house, being a librarian? Do you think?
Yeah, I would say he did.
Sure.
Okay, so I know how I'm gonna spend the next hour, but I'm yeah.
Okay. So do you ask Hondo for some, or you just look around until you find some?
If I see it, if it's an obvious place, then I'll just do it. But if he's got it hidden, tucked
What do you-
away somewhere,
What do you say, Hondo? Would there be like obvious stationary,
It's
like a writing desk
over
that
there
you
on the
have?
desk.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, it's all. It's
So
all,
while
desk.
Kieran's trying to heal Thane for that hour, I'm gonna write a letter.
So while she's healing me up, I say, I'm sorry, I couldn't get your ring back, but I was able to steal this box from him. I assume it's valuable.
is there anything in the box?
I don't know. I haven't opened it.
Let's open it.
All right, let's open it.
Oh,
Let's
by the
open it.
way, what, Dr. Schraber,
Sheep shaver.
sheep and shaver.
Sheep shaver? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Dr. Sheepshaver.
I don't know what's going on, but he had tentacle hands and attacked me. It's some weird shit, man. So
What's
who
with
knows
all the
what's in this
tentacles
box?
in these worlds?
Right?
There's some weird tentacle theme.
She puts her hand on your arm and she's like, "Are you okay?"
It was traumatizing.
I know what you feel.
Wait, so he's the one that hurt you, not like the orderlies or anything?
No, it's him. He's something. I don't know what, but his eyes, there's nothing and everything. I can't explain it. It's terrifying.
Huh. Seeing how shocked Thane is, I put down the pen and get up from the writing desk and walk over and stare at the case. If that's the kind of person he is, what the hell's in that thing?
I don't know. And frankly, I'm a little afraid to open it.
All right, let's just open it. Hondo walks over and opens it.
So you open the box, and there is a bunch of
Wait,
stuff.
it's not locked or anything?
No? It was latched a little bit, but not like locked.
It's what does it look like? It's wooden.
It's kind of like a leather box.
Oh, okay,
But it's
okay.
got a latch on it. It's not necessarily a briefcase, but it's, black leather.
Okay.
Okay, when you open it, it's like there is stuff in it. Like it's full of stuff, but it's stuff
What
that you
stuff?
can't really identify in there. And it's actually one of those things you get the familiar feeling of when you read that sentence in the library,
All right.
and you're going to need to make a sanity check.
Okay, that's what I'm really good at this, so it's fine.
You've lost like 4 or 5 sanity points already.
Nice.
I got a 36, and my sanity is at 43.
Oh, so you're fine.
You win.
And I say it's just a bunch of junk. No.
I mean, you can tell that it's not normal stuff, but it didn't make you go insane, is all.
Sure, yeah.
But as your time, we mentioned, as an Infiniteer, and even before that, because you were in Deadlands, you're a detective who specifically dealt with the occult,
right?
Right. You can tell that these items are not normal, but they're not really anything that you need or can use or whatever.
Sure.
It's almost like they're things that the doctor had just been collecting. Like,
okay,
maybe he was a collector.
Guys, they feel really weird, but it doesn't seem like they're anything to us. I don't know what it is.
Can I do a check to like find anything hidden?
Yeah,
or
can I
get any
pull it
more
out?
info?
Like, can I pull them out?
The stuff?
Yeah, and show them.
Yeah, if other people are looking at them, everyone's going to have to make a sanity check.
I am.
I'm looking
Okay.
at it for sure.
Okay.
So he sets the stuff on the table next to the Egyptian artifacts that we unloaded when we first got to the
And we haven't
apartment.
talked
Forgot to
about yet.
mention.
Yeah,
37, I did okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna feel.
52, I did just barely okay.
I'm gonna
You
feel
did?
like a doofus if I'm the only one that
You're-
goes insane.
You're one of those people that does, like, every single time you're, like, one away from having
I
failed.
either
Yeah, it's
fail
amazing.
or just barely succeed. I hate this game.
Yeah, it's rough.
I've never done like a really good job at
Right.
anything.
What happened with
It's
you?
freaking annoying.
I got a 68,
and I really
which
shouldn't use these
is
dice anymore.
above my sanity.
Okay, so you're going to
I'm not the
actually
only
take
insane
some
person.
sanity point.
I'm in the middle of trying to like,
Heal him?
yeah.
Okay, you actually take 4 points of insanity.
not 5.
You go insane by 4 points. So yeah. All that sanity that you saved when you were in the office listening to the records.
It's too much. I finally broke.
You finally broke. So you feel like maybe this explains a little bit why he wanted the ring and who he thinks maybe you guys are, because he apparently was a collector of such things that didn't come from this world. And not just that, but the records, like the records that he was playing on the phonograph.
Oh, yeah.
is like a collection of.
Have you told us
of
about
insane
those?
rantings?
Not yet.
Okay.
So, actually, as you're looking at these things, these items that maybe make no sense, your mind actually recalls a little bit of the stuff that you were hearing on the record player, and upon understanding the weird stuff that was in the sessions, plus the weird behavior of the doctor being a tentacle monster, plus the items that you just saw, you're starting to get like a bigger picture in your mind. And instead of your mind closing up, it almost feels like your mind opens up to the universe, but it also means it's open to whatever decides to come into your mind. It's almost like you're losing the parts that make you Thane. At least Thane Diedrich from Shadowrun and Cafe Nowhere.
Wow, cool.
So I imagine I jump up and like, I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to
Yep.
get stuff off me or
Yeah.
clean my hands or something.
Oh, yeah. Gail Leanne actually kind of looks at you, but it's kind of like a empathetic kind of, I've been there kind of a...
I understand what's
Yeah.
going on. Oof.
And maybe she's the one who comes over to you and like she kind of puts a hand on your arm and she's like, just think of something else. Just think of something else. Think of something familiar.
I think Isaac, I'm guessing they're sitting on a couch or something.
Who?
Gale and Thane.
Yeah.
So I kneel down to get eye level with Gale and say, this guy really did all this stuff to you? Like that reaction in Thane frickin' Diedrich. That
Right?
reaction in every one of his patients.
She doesn't answer you really, but she looks at you in the eye that kind of confirms like what you're saying. Like she just looks at you and you can tell that she's saying that you're right.
And Kieran, in your time in there, I mean, do you remember anything about this guy?
So your time in there is still kind of a blur, but what you do remember is that you weren't there for quite as long as most of the other patients. Like you haven't been there a
But
really
did she
long
meet
time.
Sheep Shaver?
But she has, she knows who Dr. Sabin Schreiber is, and he's been in sessions with you. You remember?
Is there any kind of roll I can do to try to remember anything of this other Kieran,
Yeah, so
Diana's life?
if you try to remember, I don't know if there's a roll, but as you like try to push yourself to remember, you might have to make sanity checks.
Oh, fun.
Ooh, fun. I like that mechanic.
Well, she's
Okay.
thinking about it real hard because he just asked about it. So
Okay, so make a sanity
makes
check
sense.
first.
nailed it. 18.
Okay, so you're fine.
Okay.
Okay, so you remember being insane. You remember being being brought to the asylum just raving stark mad. You can't remember what it was that made you go insane. But after getting there, you do remember being in sessions with Dr. Sabenschreiber, where he was pushing you to talk about the things that you had seen. You still can't remember what those things are, but you do remember that the more you talked about it, the more insane you felt and the more crazy you kind of were going. So it's almost like this doctor was not helping you with your sanity. If anything, he was making you and the other patients more crazy by forcing you to remember and talk about the things that had happened. So you can't remember what happened to you, but you do remember that this is not a good man. And
Okay.
so, yeah. And in fact, you specifically remember at times him playing some of the records for you to try and bring out in yourself like the things that you had seen. You feel like before the Cafe Nowhere Kieran had triggered into the body, Diana Taylor of this world was pretty crazy.
This place is dark.
Yeah, Kieran gets like pretty quiet as some of these memories start to come back up, and she just kind of nods, and she's like, "Yeah, I actually do remember that, and it's not good. It's not good. It's not a good place." And he took me when I was insane and pushed me farther down the line.
So before we do anything with this stuff, and I motion to the artifacts on the table that we got from the museum that we haven't mentioned yet.
Right.
Let's say we take him out.
Take him out?
Mm-hmm. Like to dinner.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you see Thane? That was like
Yeah, you
a
want
couple hours with him.
and you want to leave and just make it so that he can do that, and I motion to Thane, and that, and I motion to Kieran, and that, and I motion to Gale, to any other person that crosses his path.
I mean, are we on mission or not?
Sure.
Are we here to save this world, or are we here to save the...
What's the point of saving this world if things like this happen in it?
There's always going to be pain. There's always going to be...
But we can do something about this.
Hondo looks down at his feet because he's just like, I can't reason with this.
I'm actually really interested to see what the rest of you think.
Okay, all right. We could go on this goose chase to help all these people, but it doesn't get us closer.
No, we vote, and we should do it now. Stay on mission, or go after this son of a bitch.
All right, that means we would back burner Alice and the cabin and all that until we fix this guy.
I don't even know anything about that because my name's Isaac and I wasn't there.
And I fill them in on what we learned.
How you tell him about Alice and okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We let them know. We give them
I feel
a.
like
We all
synopsis
tell
of
each
what
other
happened
about stuff
throughout
that
our-
happened. Yeah.
Okay.
We get back together and we tell them about each other day over dinner.
Yeah. 1920s Chinese takeout.
Right.
Exactly. Conversation.
Exactly.
I am so torn here because Thane is scared shitless out of his mind right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, he wants to nail this son of the bitch to the wall.
Uh-huh.
Man.
Kieran, how are you feeling about all this?
Hondo, I understand we can't save this entire world, and that there's going to be evil here that we can't take care of in the short time we're here. But this guy's right here. And he's bad. I have memory of what he did to me, and I know that he did that to Gale too. If he's right there, shouldn't we take care of it so that he's not doing things like that to women like her, Gale, and me?
Well, shoot, sugar. If you think this is the best solution, I'm okay taking out this guy. But are we risking everything for this? Remember where you came from and what we're doing here.
I just want to go home with the memory of a bullet between his eyes.
I understand.
In other places, we leave and we're gone. There's a part of me that's here. Diana,
Ooh.
Yeah.
she pauses.
And
Shit. And it clicks for Hondo. He
and
gets
I look
it.
at yeah, definitely.
Oh really?
Yeah, he gets it. This isn't. Hondo's like, I understand. This isn't about the mission. It's about us. The things we do here will always affect us.
It's about what we want to leave behind.
I get it.
The last thing I want to do is go back there, but if that's what we decide, that's what we need to do.
If it makes you feel any better, we don't have to go back there. And then I hold up the infinity ring.
Okay.
All right.
Kieran kind of like you just like rubs the back, or like kind of lifts the mat just enough to like kind of rub like her hand underneath. So to like, there was some tear action going on. She's like, all right, thank you.
I walk over and put my hand on her, squeeze her shoulder, and then I walk over to the table and I just look at all the artifacts, everything we
Yeah,
have.
no, me too. Yeah.
I want it.
Like the Egyptian artifacts that you guys
Egyptian
sold?
and from the
Hondo
box.
and I are in
Artifact
research
party.
mode.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, shame we don't have an internet, huh?
Yeah.
Wait,
don't
what's
want
the
to-
internet?
So the more
Yeah.
the more you guys like examined the ones from that you got in the black box.
No.
You
Egyptian-
would have to do more insanity checks if
that's
you.
fine.
So if you're just looking at like the Egyptian ones, you should be fine.
Well, and Hondo already feels like he gets what they are, but it doesn't mean anything to him. So
Yeah.
okay, yeah,
I-
they don't really
I
mean anything
also-
to you, but you just realize there's stuff that this guy was using.
I guess Hondo and I are examining some of the artifacts.
yeah.
You're trying to figure out which one's the one that you need, or are you just looking at
Basically.
them.
Yeah, kind of. But also, while we're sorting through the Egyptian artifacts, I keep glancing at the now closed black box, and I turn to, I guess, everybody in the room because Thane, Kieran, and Gale would have had exposure to Dr. Sheepshaver, and I say, "Hey, does he care that we have these? Do you think he'd want them back?"
I broke a lot of his other stuff, so this might be all he has left.
He did break a lot. I love that.
So I think they're very valuable to him, yes.
So in Hondo's living room, we all form a little huddle circle, and we all start whispering to each other as we start to come up with this plan that you, the listener, can't hear, because it's more fun to have dramatic tension. So we wait like an hour, we get everything figured out, and then I say, "Okay, we all know what we're doing?
Yep.
Yep.
Believe so.
All right." I take a letter from the writing desk after I'm done writing it, and then Thane and I leave the apartment.
Okay.
And Kieran and
Hondo?
nope.
Gale.
Gale.
Kieran,
okay.
Gale, and Hondo leave the house as well. And when we leave, I'm a little forlorn, if you will, because I'm pretty sure this is the last time I'll probably see this place.
And you took the stuff.
I take all of the Egyptian stuff. You guys have the
We
box?
probably have the black box.
Yep.
So Thane and I jump in Old Cherry Red.
Well, I think we should take my car.
I want to take my car.
That's his reason.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thane and I hand Thane the keys and we get in Old Cherry Red.
Giddy up.
We head to the Arkham City jail.
Okay. It's not really the jail. So I guess it is. So he's being held at the police station.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Arkham,
the holding
Arkham
cell.
City Police Station.
Yes. The ACPD.
The ACPD.
I don't know if it's Arkham City. I think it's just called Arkham. It'd be the APD.
Okay.
Apt.
Abt.
What the hell's apt?
All right, as you walk in, there's the front desk or whatever, and there's a cop just sitting there. He gives both of you guys kind of a scrutinizing look.
He knows. Okay,
Of course, pillar of the community, Isaac Wexler,
Yeah.
he would recognize.
Okay.
So he probably knows that Thane is a member of the mob. I don't think the police are going to know that Isaac Wexler also
for sure.
works with the
Can
mob.
we look around the police station, see if there's any officers that might be dirty that we could have worked with before?
I'm going to say that it's a given that you guys have people who are corrupt in the city that are on your payroll or whatever.
Yeah.
With the mob. So I'm going to see if you guys are lucky enough that one of those people are there.
Okay.
So go
What
ahead
is a
and
luck
roll
check?
luck.
It's same as a skill check, but your aim is the luck number that you
Yeah,
have.
you want to roll equal to or less than your luck, and
Can
try
I use
to get
my luck on my luck check?
no.
I failed by 4 points.
Okay, so you don't see anybody.
I got a 6.
Yay! All right, so you are super lucky. So the guy at the front desk is giving you guys just the stinkiest of stink eyes, and as he's doing that, like another detective comes in and he's like, "I'll take this one, Jerry." And he kind of looks at you guys, and you guys recognize him as one of your crooked cops. And he's like, "Why don't you guys step over to my desk?"
Okay, who is it?
What's this guy's name?
Detective Leon Odell. When he first came up and he's like, "I'll take this one," you guys didn't really know. But now that you see him and the way he acts and stuff, you guys it sparks in your memory, and you guys can remember that he works closely with the mob and he's on the take. So
Okay.
all right. So when you guys get back to his desk, he kind of looks around to make sure no one's looking. He's like, technically you guys usually let me know when you're going to be dropping by the office.
No, we're sorry. We had a incident at the museum today. We weren't expecting.
Ah, so that was you guys.
Well, it wasn't us, but it was one of ours.
Oh yeah, I know. He's in the holding cell. But what do you have to do with this?
Well, he's on a job with us. The boss would be pretty angry if we didn't keep him on our side. You know what I'm saying? I was wondering, Leon, you've always been good to us in the past. If you could do us this one favor, and as I'm saying that, I slide a $50 bill across the table.
Okay.
How much is it equal?
50?
600. It
lot.
would be.
You know, I'm just going to say that with the bribe, I mean, he's already on the take, and you guys have enough information on him to ruin him as much as he does to ruin
that's a
you
fair
guys.
point.
So
His job.
I'm going to say that your interests align. So maybe you don't even have to roll on this. You're not trying to convince him to
Okay.
do something.
Okay,
so you
cool.
you slide a $50 bill across the desk. He's like, but you know he's taking it. Like he takes it and kind of shoves it under a book before anybody sees.
Okay.
And he's like, you know, looking the other way when you guys are rum running, that's one thing. But busting up a museum very publicly is quite another thing. I mean, that's not even normal, like, crime activity. That guy's crazy or something.
I'm as shocked as you are. But the boss wants what the boss wants, and we got to take care of this guy.
No more of that, okay? No more museums busted up. I mean, what does the mob want with Egyptian artifacts anyway?
We're not paid to ask questions.
All right, what do you want?
Leon, buddy, we got to take him with us.
I mean, his bell was set today. You could pay the bell.
All right.
How much are we talking?
What are we talking?
You know, I'd probably say maybe triple what you just slid to me.
Oh man, I don't know. You really think it'll run me triple? That's you're really straining my assets here, man.
Things
Are you trying to talk him down?
No, I'm just putting on a show.
Oh, are you? Okay, so you don't really care?
Nope.
Yeah, you think your ass is on the line on this?
Okay. But all right, fair enough. And I take out the money and I slide it to him and I say, tell Betsy I say hello.
Yeah,
So-
you know she don't know about you. Oh no, I'll tell her that the famous Isaac Wexler told her to have a good day.
I hope that gets you some points. I'm really
So-
Tony Starking it up.
Yeah, you are. So he takes the extra money that you slid him. He just gets up, he kind of shrugs, and gets up from his desk, goes and gets the keys to the cell. He's like, "Come with me." It's like money solves everything.
It kind of does in this world.
All right,
99 skill points.
Yay! That's quite the credit rating you have, and you know what? It might not be the last thing you have to buy today. So
Okay, fair enough.
He takes you back to the holding cell. There's some other people in the cells. Mac looks like he's in a cell by himself, and he sees you guys come in. So immediately he jumps up from the cot bed thing in there and jumps and goes to the bars. He's like, "Dane, where have you been, buddy boy? You have any idea what your librarian friend did to me?"
I have kind of an idea.
What happened to you? Look at your head.
Just shut up and let's go.
Oh, I'd love to, but there's this little matter of these bars around here.
Don't worry about it, I say as I walk into the cell
Well-
dramatically.
Is Moneybags to the rescue again?
That's Poindexter to you.
Do you a lot of good to shut up right now.
They took away Black Betty. You got any idea how angry I am about that?
Does he not get it back?
Like,
I mean,
we're
they don't
holding
keep
it,
it, right?
No, that's evidence. This is Leon talking.
Oh,
He's like, that's
okay.
active evidence in his eventual trial.
What trial? I thought
We're paying bail.
You're paying bail.
Oh, I see.
Bail doesn't mean you get out of jail free.
Yeah,
It's okay. The mob has good lawyers.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm sorry. The bat's going to have to stay in evidence.
We'll get your bat back. Don't worry.
yeah, you better. That librarian better do it.
We can buy you a new bat, okay?
It's not going to be the same. This
Don't
is
tell
Betty.
him you're gonna buy it. Just buy it and give it to him.
So Leon's like, all right, we're done. And he unlocks the door for you. This happens again very soon. I'm not going to be able to save you, and it's going to shine a light on what I've already done for you so far.
Yeah.
So keep your noses clean.
I understand. I'll see you next year. How about that?
See you at the Christmas party.
Christmas party.
He's like, yeah, you going to that Halloween ball on the 31st? The masquerade?
Just real quick, so I don't deep dive into something.
Yeah.
Are you just mentioning this, or is it important?
You don't know.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Deep dive. Cannonball.
Well, question is this: what kind of ball is this? A police ball? A mob ball?
No,
a
it's just like
community
the-
ball. Okay.
It's the city
It's
ball.
like a city. Yeah, it's like
Okay.
the city All Hallows
So
Eve.
no alcohol.
Oh, the city.
Definitely not.
Yeah, the city
Being
party?
held at the Miskatonic University ballroom.
Wouldn't miss it for the world.
Yeah. They're trying to get me to be the keynote speaker there.
Oh yeah, I heard that. You gonna do
Man.
it?
every event this happens. Of course I'm gonna do
Well,
it.
I mean, that's what happens when you're a pillar of the community, right, Mr. Wexler? He's like,
You
oh,
do-
Spencer's
You
loving
do what you
this.
gotta do.
you do what you gotta do. You do what you gotta
Do what you gotta do.
All right. And Mac's like, give me a break. We get out of here now. Did you bring my car?
You're welcome, by the way.
Oh, I'm welcome. You're welcome. Did you get arrested today, Mr. Big Shot? Where were you? Oh, yeah, you were robbing the joint while I was taking the fall.
We are still in the police department. I wouldn't be saying things like that.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so we go out, and I open the door for Teague to get in the back of the car, and I whisper to Thane, don't you have a phone call to make?
So I stay outside, step away from the car, so Teague can't hear me. Open the ring. Like, what do we do to the, just talk to it?
You just talk. I guess you like clench your
Well,
fist.
push,
yeah,
it's like probably a
push
button,
the
right?
activate button, and say, "Wolverine to Spaceman."
Spaceman is
I'm right
Isaac.
here,
I know.
next to you.
Yes, but he needs to know that.
Wait, is that what you're doing?
But
or
you
what are
could do
doing?
Coyote,
Okay.
because then I'm next to Teague, and I have to, and I don't wanna.
But
Sure.
you're going to hear it anyway.
Oh, that's shit. That's true. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. That's fine.
Plus,
we
you're
could
the
do
guy
that.
who initially called me.
Oh yeah. Okay, smart thinking. All right, I'm on board. Okay, so I shut the back of the door once Teague is in the car.
Just
And then
tell
the-
him to give us a minute.
Yeah, and then the transmission comes through, and I say, as I'm walking to the driver's side of the car or the passenger side, so I guess I'm just standing there next to the passenger door. I lift up the ring and say, "Spaceman here. What do you got?"
I got the stuff. I wasn't able to get the ring back, but I disabled it. It's broken, so he's not listening in. Let's continue on with the plan.
Oh, perfect. I can start calling you Thane again. Where's Hondo?
I don't know, but let's meet up at the rendezvous place.
Okay, it's time. I guess it's time to initiate our plan. I give him a nod and a little wink.
And I get in and close the door.
Do you blow him a kiss or something? Or?
And then
Nope.
we
And,
Nope.
and Max in the back seat saying, we stop at a sporting goods store.
Do they have sporting goods stores?
I don't know, it's like a hardware
Well, you have
Does
to.
Mac
It
just
would be
have
hardware,
bats
yeah.
strategically placed around the city?
I like that.
Well, they don't usually hang out in Arkham. They're here because there was a
that's true.
problem.
That's
They're
true.
from
You're right,
Boston.
You're right.
Okay.
Where are you guys? What's going on with you guys?
We walk out of the apartment building, and you're holding hands with her.
Yeah, I'm holding hands with Gail.
And it's nighttime, and we're gonna walk to the library again.
Hopefully
Okay.
Gail doesn't mind that I'm holding her hand.
Nope, she seems fine with it. She's not like squeezing your hand back or anything. She's like allowing you to hold her hand, but she's still kind of.
Is she making it weird?
She's walking
she
a little
making
bit
it weird?
slower behind you. And she's still got like one arm cradled across her body, like she's trying to close herself up a little bit. You know what I mean? Okay, so you guys walk over. It's late at night, right?
Right.
So the university, like the campus, is kind of empty-ish, and you have like keys or
I have
whatever.
keys, yeah.
Yeah. So you get there and you open up the doors or whatever. There's like janitors in the hallways and stuff, but there's no other people really around. There's the night security guard that's kind of walking around. You guys haven't really, you know that there is going to be one. Like there are night security guards, but you don't see one right now.
Let's go see if Henry's in his office. I say hi to Ned and Fred, the security guard, as we walk by.
Ned and Fred, the security guards.
Yeah.
All right.
What's up, Ned?
And they're like,
What's up, Fred?
you working late?
Sup?
Sup?
Excuse me. Howdy, Ned. Fred.
So like, hello, Mr. Hondo, working late tonight?
Yeah, I just forgot some paperwork. You know how it is.
Yeah, and who's your friends?
Oh,
Kieran steps in on this and she puts her hand on his chest and kind of leans on him and she's like, oh, Mr. Hondo was going to show me his office. My friend's coming too.
and Hondo blushes.
I love this. I don't know if that's a lie or a charm. I'm going to say maybe...
Are you charming Hondo?
I mean, I'm not lying.
right?
It's not. It's working.
that's true, you're not lying.
Showing me an office.
I guess you didn't really say that you... Yeah, okay. I'll make it a charm.
53 out of 56. So that is a
Barely.
success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
Ned is looking at Mr. Hondo like, you dog. But Fred is like, kind of rolls his eyes and let's go, Ned. Let's just go, Ned.
And I tip my hat at them.
All right.
And
yeah.
we walk on.
They walk on. And so you make it to the Dr. Armitage's office, and he's actually there, still working.
Knock on the door. Henry?
Oh, yes, come in, please. Charles, I've been thinking about you ever since I ran into you in the library. Oh, it's nice to see you again.
Sorry, I don't think we actually did this before, but this is Kieran.
Kieran. That's an unusual name. Do you know that there's a mythological beast by the same name?
I do. Yeah, she likes him.
And who is the other with you?
This is Gail. She's Kieran's friend.
And what are you doing here so late at night?
There's some crazy stuff happened. We both know that, right?
Definitely, Charles.
I'm working with some people to try and resolve what's happening with Alice and other things that are occurring throughout the city. We came across these things, these artifacts, if you will, and I pull them out and I put them on his desk.
The
Yeah.
Egyptian artifacts?
Yes, the Egyptian ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
What
right.
ones are there?
We have
Well, the black ones.
we have
Oh
the
yeah,
black ones.
yeah. Just the Egyptian artifacts.
We have the black
right.
box, right?
He's like, these are the missing artifacts that were
We
stolen
stole
today
them from the museum. Brought them back to the museum.
I know. All right, I understand. Now, hear me out. These artifacts, something here is very, very powerful, and something here doesn't make sense in this world. It's broken.
Oh,
Roll a
Yeah.
persuasion, maybe?
I really like Hondo's explanation of how this stuff works.
Yeah.
It's cool. Well, because Copernicus always says crap like resonate and frequency and
Yeah. What am I rolling?
Persuasion, I think? Or are you trying to charm him? I think it's more of a persuade. Yeah.
probably.
I failed.
What'd you get? Oh, you did. Well, he failed too.
I got 70.
He doesn't know what to think about this, and you really don't know what to think about this.
Sure.
But he decided that earlier today he trusted you with a secret already. All right, we're researchers.
Right.
I would like a thorough analysis of each item, and I will see if I can locate the original expedition logs from the archaeological expedition.
That sounds like a great place to start for
Yeah,
me.
'cause apparently we're going to be back for the Halloween ball.
Right. Yeah.
So he's like, I'll go get the logs. You begin an analysis of each item.
I apologize, Henry, but there's more. A member of my party came in contact with another being.
You're speaking of what I was saying in the library.
Right. We could not explain it, so we thought you might know or know where to look.
All right. One issue at a time.
Right. I just want to be totally forthcoming about everything.
Well, I appreciate your honesty. Do you know what it looks like?
Human, and then tentacle hands.
Hondo explains in detail about what Thane saw.
I mean, that's what it was.
Well, I mean,
The eyes turned
we
black,
assumed
the
we
action line
assumed
got-
there's an amount of time that we skipped, right? Where
Yes.
you guys were planning.
Yes.
Yes,
So I'm
we
going to say
filled
that
everyone
brief description came up.
Right.
My good lad, if I were to explain to you every monster that has tentacles involved,
Right.
it would be almost all monsters. So that's really not a very good explanation.
Understood. Yeah.
This really isn't a good world for a magical girl.
Right? We gotta get her out of here quick.
Like, I'm sorry, H.P. Lovecraft loved his monsters to have tentacles.
Sure,
Like they
yeah.
all do. If you look in the book, like at the monster
Yeah,
manual,
it's
like the
crazy.
pictures, they're all like tentacled
They
things.
are. That's
almost
true.
all of them.
Every
So,
one of them.
Yeah. All right. You begin the analysis of the artifacts. I will get the archaeological logs, and then we will tackle the issue of your monster. So you do what librarians do, and you're in a library. You're going to try and find a book about it. So,
That sounds like something Hondo the librarian would do.
It
Right.
does sound perfect. For
so
that.
roll
Give me
a
Charles.
use library check.
Yes, Charles the librarian.
Charles the librarian
Nice.
I got
finds a
11.
book.
You
That's
got
the name of
11?
this episode. Right there, I named it. Charles the librarian finds a book.
Make sure you get the accent in the title.
Love it. I did do an extreme awesomeness though.
What'd you get?
Extreme. I got an 11, and my extreme's 13.
Yes, he super succeeded.
All right.
The most successful you can be.
That's
He's a
true.
good researcher.
He is.
This
All right,
time.
This time.
Yeah. You are a super librarian right now. You are in your element. You have connected Hondo to Charles, and you have found the
It's
books.
montage time.
Right?
Yeah.
So you are actually you're able to locate all sorts of things about the artifacts, like what time that they would have used this particular style of pottery, what time they would have hit. So you're starting to realize that most of these artifacts seem legitimately Egyptian, but you cannot find anything that matches the description of the necklace. Now, in researching the faceless golden statue that's holding a dagger, you realize the dagger it's holding kind of looks like the daggers that you had found in the sewers.
I still have that.
But the necklace, there are some symbols on it that now that you're looking closely at it, do not look Egyptian. And the chain on it looks heavier, like the type of chain it is, they wouldn't really have done in Egyptian. But it does still look kind of old. You've got in your mind that maybe this is not, one of these things is not like the other, and it's the necklace.
Yes.
Okay.
So at this point, Henry Armitage, Dr. Henry Armitage, he returns with the logs written by Dr. something Morgan. What's his last name?
Oh,
What's
a
his
real
first name?
dude.
So remember that the University of the Miskatonic University paid for this expedition to go to Egypt, led by the head of archaeology department of the university, which is Dr. Francis Morgan. So these logs are like his personal logs.
Okay.
And so in the logs, Dr. Henry had done some research already, and he found a list of things that were found in the tomb of Amahad Noth. So in the tomb of Amahad Noth, there's a itemized list of things that were located in there. The only necklace on the list that even comes close to the description of what you have is a disc-like necklace of unknown origin with a large ruby in the middle.
Oh,
shit.
So that's really the only thing that you can think of, and it doesn't match the description of what you have exactly because, obviously,
right.
there's no ruby in the
missing.
middle. There's black and white pictures of all of the artifacts that, so the list has C insert B12. So you've got these pictures, black and white pictures, really crappy quality, even kind of blurry sometimes, of the items that were found in the tomb. And the picture of the necklace, you can tell the hoop that you have is the outside, and then inside that there's a smaller disc with more of the symbols on it, the weird alien symbols, and this honking big ruby that looks roughly cut. And it's remarked in the notes that it's often called a carbuncle. There's obviously something missing.
All right. Henry's back.
And Henry's the one that gave you the notes. Well, Charles, I think we can decide from this, or we can determine that what you need is missing from... There's definitely a part missing.
Right. That's missing the huge gem in the middle.
Interesting. This is quite the mystery you've stumbled upon.
Was it transferred? It probably was transferred without the gem then, right?
I can't say. Somewhere in between when this log was made and when it was displayed in the case, something's gone amiss.
All right. Well, I would say probably the only person who would know is Francis, right?
I would assume so.
All right. So we
It
have
seems
Alice
like a
and-
very good place to start. In the meantime, you guys have kind of just let Gail do her thing.
You're Gavin.
And she comes up to you, Kieran, and she hands you a paper and it says from the desk of Miskatonic University, desk of Dr. Henry Armitage. Okay, so she's got a pencil, just rough sketch, and she has just drawn this rough sketch of something with lots of tentacles on it.
Cool.
And she doesn't really explain any more than that. She just shows it to you.
So it's like she
just hands you the paper.
Yeah.
Do I feel anything by seeing this?
Yes, you're actually going to have to roll a
Sanity check?
sanity check
It's
upon
gonna
looking at
fail.
this.
Oh, boy.
What'd you get?
100?
Oh.
You are going to take... Okay, you take 2 points of sanity damage from
Okay,
just...
not that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't so bad, but it's enough to make you physically drop the paper and jump back a little bit. And it maybe sparks a little bit of your memory from before time working with the doctor.
Okay.
And you realize at some point he actually had revealed to you that he had tentacles and you had forgotten.
Well, that's fun. Well, Kieran didn't like that. Yeah, now I've got a fun picture that's on the floor because I jumped away from it like it was a spider and I'm Josh.
Yeah. Oh, I knew this was good.
Zing.
Confide in people you think you can trust. So you guys see her drop the paper and jump back.
Hondo looks back and is like, Kieran, are you all right?
I'm not okay. No.
What's going on?
Well, I got shown a picture. And she kind of just lifts her hand and she's just like, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Where did you get this picture? Is this part of the research or?
Ask the artist.
Right now, Gail is looking very like shy in the corner, like she's done something wrong and she
Right.
feels bad.
Right.
And she's like, I thought I was helping.
Yeah, Kieran's just like, she's got her hand in her hair and like she's like
Sure.
pacing a little bit.
She
Like
looks
she's not. She's
mentally,
like-
she's not doing
Sure.
okay.
Yeah, like she kind of looks like she belongs, where you found her.
Okay. All right. It's okay, Kieran. Gail, what did you give her?
I dreamed it. That's what I dreamed. That Kieran and Thane were fighting.
Does Hondo see it?
I mean, it's laying on the ground.
Shit. Hondo looks down and picks it up.
Kieran is going to smack his hand.
Okay.
Like with force.
Okay.
Probably.
It's like, don't look at that. You get the idea that she's trying to tell you not to look at it.
No, yeah, and Hondo looks up at her, and then he gets it because he's experienced this before with other
Right?
things.
Yes.
And he's like, all right, but should we show this to Henry? It'll
Well,
help.
I don't care about Henry like I care about you, so you can show him whatever you want. That's fine. And she like walks off to the corner like, nope. Hands up, nope.
Okay.
Nope, she is done.
So Henry's been watching this, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Henry, we have
I'm not gonna look at this, but here you look at it.
look, there's a picture here, and I've been a little shooken up today already. So this is, I guess, the picture of the monster. Henry does it.
Henry opens the paper. Oh, wow. He actually is just fine.
Good.
He closes his eyes and turns his head up like he does have to like steel his mind a little bit against it. But
Like you just
he's,
saw a murder scene or something.
yeah, but he's like, yes, that's typical monster. I'm going to have to research a little bit more about that, Charles.
That's
Unless
the
you'd
sheep
like
shaver.
to do it. The sheep shaver. It's like the South American chupacabra.
Oh, is that what you're saying this is?
No.
Oh.
I mean,
all
it
right.
sucks goats.
All right.
Is
All
it
right.
not the sheep cutter?
Sorry.
The sheep shaver.
I think she's trying to say Dr.
Schreiben Schreiber.
Nope.
Schreiben Schreiber.
Saban Schreiber.
Saban Schreiber.
Saban Schreiber. I was close. That was pretty good.
I freaking love that nobody can say this guy's name.
Well, you picked a name like Siebenschreiber.
I couldn't say
I did it on
Copernicus
purpose
for the
because
longest time.
Isaac kept saying that it was
Yeah,
a sheep
sheep
shaver, so
shaver.
it's
All
just
right.
like stuck in Kieran's
Now it's a
head.
joke.
That's true.
Yeah.
We didn't actually tell Henry who we're talking about.
I'm going to need to research this in the special library.
All right.
It might take me a while. Is there something particular you're going to be doing with the artifacts? And like,
Yeah,
With the
there's
clearly you don't need. I mean, if the necklace is what you've looked for, perhaps we can return the rest.
you mind taking care of that?
He kind of thinks about it in his eyes a little while, and he's like, I might be able to do something.
All right. I apologize, sir. It's just probably is better if I'm not affiliated, if you know what I mean.
I understand. First mission out, and what a mess you've made of it already, Charles.
It is a shitstorm.
Yeah. All right.
We do have to run, but yeah, we just let us know. Well, we'll be back tomorrow.
Go and do what you need to do.
And as we're walking out, the girls have already walked out. As we're walking out, I say, "Do you mind if I take tomorrow off?"
So good.
And he's like, if you survive into tomorrow, then yes, you may have the day off.
God, I love that he knows. It's so great.
Hondo chuckles nervously. We get in Thane's car and drive to the rendezvous viewpoint.
All right. We cut back over to you guys with a very tired and unruly Mac in the back seat.
Okay. We're also on our way to the rendezvous point.
Monday viewpoint.
But as we're driving, so as Thane's driving, I turn around to the back. Mac, while you were in the slammer, we found we think we know who did the rum running, or who massacred the rum runners.
Well, so it was successful. I went into jail for a good reason then.
Yeah. Well, we know who it is, but he's somebody we can't face without your help.
All right, he's like, yeah, you just point out who did it, and I'll make him about 3 inches shorter than he used to be. You know what I mean?
Well, Thane encountered him himself, and apparently we might need some backup on this.
He's the guy who gave me this.
That's what happened to you. Well, I thought you were good with knives or something. Didn't you have your weapon with you?
Yeah, I did. And I came out with this.
Well, don't worry about it. We're going to get revenge on him, buddy boy. But I am going to need a bat or something.
There's this crazy invention called a gun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I'm not
the
there.
trunk of our car is full of guns, but I prefer to get a little bit more.
Okay, I'm super excited about this.
Oh,
Mac, I've got something you might be interested in. You okay bringing the big guns in on this?
What are you talking about?
I told you we might need him. Look at Thane.
I'll take care of him. Thane, what's the matter with you? He's alive. You'd at least take a piece out of this guy?
I gave him a good cut. Good scratch.
What kind of a guy is this? One guy did that and got away from you?
He's not what you'd exactly call a guy.
Oh, well, what the hell is that supposed to mean?
You saw the bodies in the sewer?
One guy did that.
One guy did that.
What? No, that's got to be the work of at least like 12 guys. I saw it.
Thane?
One guy.
Roll a, he doesn't believe you. Roll a persuasion?
Yeah, but that's why I'm trying to get like somebody he trusts on.
Yeah,
on board.
roll a persuasion.
35. 35 is a
Son of a bitch.
it's not it's just a regular. Yeah.
Regular success. Okay, what'd you get?
And Spencer's pissed about that regular success.
I was so close. I was just a couple off from a good one. I've only rolled regular
Yeah.
successes.
Super fail.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Heavy fail.
He's like, well, I guess that's it's more man than we can take. It was obviously too much man for you. Looking at Thane. Mm-hmm. Like, all right, so what do you want me to do? Call in a few more guys?
Yes.
Like what? 2?
As many as you can get
No,
here.
it's one guy. Come on now.
4 guys. Get us 4 guys.
4 guys. Yeah, I might be able to do 4 guys. He's going to
Okay.
make the call.
Yeah, we
so
take
he can find a phone.
Yeah, we take a detour to find a phone.
Okay.
And then head on to the rendezvous point. So both cars pull up
So
to the
you guys
sewer.
pull up, and actually these 3 are already there. Gail is with them. Kieran's looking a little bit more shaken than the last time you saw her. Hondo, I
Hondo's-
guess, he's kind of normal. He's dealing with stuff. So.
Hondo is having a smoke.
Are you having a smoke? What do you smoke?
I smoke.
Like a cigar?
No,
like
it's
a
well,
pipe?
it would be Honda would be a cigar, but it's probably just cigarettes, knowing the time.
All right.
And he offers one to
To
Kieran to hopefully help calm a little bit.
Do you smoke, superhero?
I'm an influence for girls everywhere. I can't smoke. Thank you, though.
That's a very
Hondo kind of like looks at her and just shrugs.
All right. And Thane's like, you! What? Not Thane. Sorry. Mac he's like, you! And points at the librarian. Like, what the hell was that? You know what? You're damn lucky we found the guy that's been doing this out of that little stunt. But don't you ever put me on the spot like that again.
You did a great job. And I just start clapping. Hondo starts clapping. That was the best performance. I mean, it helped. We got everything we needed.
You know, you kind of shined in that spotlight.
It was perfect.
Okay, roll a persuasion because he wants really badly to be mad at you guys. Oh, no, charm. You guys are charming him.
Yeah.
52 out of 56.
Technically,
It's always like right there, but it's a success.
Yeah, it was a success. What'd
It's
you
so
get?
frustrating.
I got 18 out of 15.
18 out of 50?
Use some luck points, man.
15.
Use some luck points.
Oh, no, don't even
Yeah,
bother.
not
You know
gonna
what? He was all set to be mad, but then the sight of Kieran like giving him praise, a girl, giving him praise, he's like, yeah, well, you ought to see my performance in the bedroom.
And I'm done.
Seriously, Mac, we
Oh.
we really appreciate it. You helped us out of a really tight spot.
Wow. You know what? That means a lot. You're a stand-up guy.
And I reach down and I grab a long twig and I say, "Here, looks like you don't have anything to fight with."
Okay. I'm going to take Mac and I'm like, come here a second. And I take him over to my car.
He pulls Mac aside and goes walking back to the car.
You guys, let him know we're here.
I grab Hondo's hand.
Actually, yeah, and hold his infinity ring up to
I
your
like
mouth.
this idea because that's
Okay.
going to be more alluring for him.
It is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
Oh, yeah, because you're, yes.
Just
Okay, go.
talking into his hand. Okay, so
And Hondo allows this to happen, for sure.
Okay.
Spaceman, Wolverine, we're here at the sewer entrance. Where are you guys?
Just a couple hours away. We'll be there in
Couple hours.
couple hours.
Yeah, we're at the Miskatonic sewers now. It says 17 above it. All right, so you'll be here soon?
Yeah, I'll meet you there in a couple hours with the black box.
All right, well, I'm feeling really nervous and kind of weak right now, so please come soon.
Oh, that's so fun. I love that.
Okay, so everybody who spoke, I'm going to need some sort of roll to see if you were successful. Just straight up persuasion.
Somebody succeed, please.
I didn't talk.
I didn't talk either.
it, guys!
I don't have anything in Persuade. I'm
Neither
only
do I.
charming.
All right, sure. I'll give
He
it a.
did.
I'll give it a charm.
He did say she was
because
weak
you
and
are
stuff.
like trying to
I'm
give him
so
exactly what he
weak.
wants.
Yeah.
is like his stuff and you being weak and you're so I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a 40, so that's good.
That's a success.
Yeah.
Sweet.
What'd you get?
That's a super fail. 72.
All right. You guys will have to wait and see if you if it worked.
Okay.
Okay, so while we're hoping that message goes through, I take Mac over to the trunk of my car, and I hit it with my fist like the Fonz in 30 years, and it pops open. Think this'll do ya?
Mac just looks at it. He's like, "Oh hell yes."
Thank you all so much for listening to episode 14 of Tales of Nowhere. I like that episode a lot, and it was actually the first to not be edited by me. That was a John Good original, our composer, so be sure to thank him if you get the chance. Kind of peeking behind the curtain here, but we are getting closer to the end of Call of Cthulhu. We're not there yet, but we're close enough that I feel like I should start to plug the Cafe Nowhere dinner menu again. You can go to our Reddit page, reddit.com/r/Tales of Nowhere, and submit your ideas for food that will appear in the cafe if we don't die and return there someday. We haven't got a chance to do it yet, but the idea is that we will order something off of the menu, and we won't know what it is or what it does. We just get the name of the food, and it'll have some kind of effect on us, whether it's altering us physically or mentally or stat-wise, maybe. And those effects will carry over to the first half-ish episode of whatever new world that we infinity trigger into next. So you come up with the name and the description and what it does, and you put it in the dinner menu thread on Reddit, whatever you want, and then Joshua, our DM, will create a menu for us to read and choose, and then all hell will break loose, presumably. There really aren't any rules yet. We're just hoping to give fans the chance to interact with the story and us and just influence things the tiniest amount because we think it would be fun. So check us out on Reddit, reddit.com/r/Tales of Nowhere. We also have discussion posts on there for every episode, so you can tell us what you think of the current arc and the characters and what's going on and all that fun stuff, and maybe take a look at the dinner menu. Aside from Reddit, you can also contact us via email. Our email address is mail, M-A-I-L, @talesofnowhere.com. We've gotten a couple fan emails, and it's super awesome, great to see. Thank you guys so much for sending that in. It brightens my day every time I get to read it. You can also find us on Twitter, the handle @NowherePodcast. And of course, if you're feeling particularly generous, you could leave us a review or rating on iTunes, which we always super appreciate. The intro and closing theme songs were done by composer Sean Jackson. The rest of the music was done by the incredibly hardworking and talented John Good. You can find more of his music on SoundCloud under the name Burn7. Don't worry, there's still tons more Call of Cthulhu to come. I'm very excited about this. It's very fun to get into the emotional core of characters and not always agree with each other. So join us next week as we find out whether or not our amazingly awesome and intelligently thought out plan goes well. Thanks for listening, and until next time.